This is one of the best cases to build a PC in and also a successor to one of the most used PC cases for any build. This is the Phanteks G500A, or if you will, a better P500A.
Looking for affordable Windows or Office keys? Look no further, I got you covered. Head over to scdkey.com, pick your Windows edition, use my discount code ELITE25 to get a 25% on any Windows or Office products. Once you complete your order, after a few seconds you will receive your code. In Windows, go to Settings, there should be an Activate Windows prompt at the bottom. Click that, enter your code and wait for Windows to finish activation. To check the activation status, use the command prompt with the command slmgr.vbs/xpr and you should receive a notification that the machine is permanently activated. Once again, use code ELITE25 at scdkey.com.
So what is new then compared to the P500A, as this one is an upgraded version of it? So let's check out. Same side panel held in place by hinges and magnets to prevent it from opening. It's also padded with rubber gaskets to prevent any dust entering on the sides and also to block noise coming from the case. You can't miss the big accessory box, papers, and we don't need them. We got a drive caddy here and of course my favorite thing, a box of screws. This is such a cool thing to have. Let's see some zip ties. This is a vertical GPU riser holder, sadly cable is purchased separately. And we have another drive caddy, which by the way supports one 3.5 or one 2.5 inch drive, or both of them at the same time. Front of the case is completely redesigned now. It's completely hollow inside, so now you can mount fans on the outside of the case, I mean outside of the frame. You know that everybody has been complaining that this was not possible with P500A. Some plastic needed to be cut in order to do that, but they listened and now we have fans mounted on the outside, so all the RGB glory can be seen without metal rails, blocking half of the fan. Thanks Phanteks. Also, this is a fine mesh front which acts as a dust filter also, so no additional dust filters are present here. New thing is the big power button that sits now in the middle on top of the mesh front with an LED strip that spans on the top of it too. Also upgraded, we now have new 140mm DRGB fans with an interesting mounting approach. Back with the P500A, fans were mounted inside the case, now they are in front, and we also have adjustable rails to maximize airflow and RGB pass-through. Fans are also new, these are the new M25 fans, PWM of course, much quieter in operation compared to the old ones that came with P500A. These can be positioned with these screws, so the case can accommodate either 3 140mm fans or 3 120mm fans if rails are moved more inside. You can of course take them outside and mount fans and just put it all back in all together. Nice job Phanteks. Also, you can mount 420mm radiators in the front now without any issues, even in push-pull config. The interior of the case is so spacious that you are technically not limited with GPU size nor CPU cooler size technically, as everything that came out so far can be put in here. 435mm for the GPU and up to 185mm for the CPU clearance. Once again, we have the plastic covers to hide the cables. This is like a Phanteks trademark by now, and you either love or hate these covers. They do a job of covering cables, but not good, as some of them will stay in one position, others will remain in another. Simply this needs another revision, as once moved to the motherboard side it will block cables there and reveal the cables on the other side in the front of the case for the fans. So some other solution needs to be invented here. Also, no rubber grommets in sight, not even on the bottom holes. Large CPU cutout is present for easy CPU cooler installation. Top holes are dropping down at the back and actually have no complaints about them, I prefer them this way. If you decide to make this a storage layout case, you can do it by removing these plastic covers and installing those HDD caddies. 2 of them in one plastic cover spot for a total of 8 caddies in front of the case and more at the bottom of the case of course. So yeah, plastic covers have their use, but I would like something like a Fractal Define series did, something that completely covers it if it's not in use. Same goes with a gigantic hole in front of the PSU shroud. If not used, there is a big gap here. Yes, you can install the thick 420mm rad here, Arctic Liquid Freezer 2 420 for example will fit in push-pull config, no issues. Again, a plastic cover would be a nice thing here. The GPU cable hole has a plastic cover which is cool and it's adjustable, so you can either widen it or shrink the gap. You can install the vertical GPU bracket also on the PSU shroud with options closer or further from the glass. Again, cable must be purchased separately. Up to 3-slot thick cards could be installed here, just beware if you plan to install thicker RTX 40 cards in vertical orientation. The PSU shroud has an LED strip integrated into it, which is once again a Phanteks signature. There is also a large PSU hole present here, which is technically too wide. Most of the PSUs on the market are standard 160mm size, and it leaves a small gap where you can see cables, not a pretty sight, so again adjustable plastic cover would be a nice option here as well, so you can enlarge or shrink the opening, something like with the GPU cables. At the rear there is no fan pre-installed, you can mount either 120 or 140mm size fans here, and with the possibility of slight up and down movement using the rails. Oh, one more thing, if you remember with P500A, top could be used to install ITX boards. That option is now gone and literally was not even useful, but there is enough space here to mount AIO without obstructing the motherboard. The top is also revised and much more accessible now. Thank God that the ugly magnetic mesh is gone in favor of a much sleeker approach. The complete top is removable and it acts also as a dust filter. Just pull from the back side and it goes out, revealing the space for unobstructed airflow of the top fans or the radiators. You could fit up to 3 120 or 3 140 fans here, but not 420 rads because it just doesn't have that little space needed for it. Just something to be aware of. 360mm rads will fit with room to spare. The front I/O panel remained the same, but it's a better build this time, like better quality and flush with the ports. There are color and RGB mode buttons, USB-C port, 2 USB 3.2 ports and a headphone mic combo jack as well. Remember that the power button is now moved on the front grille. At the back of the side, the usual stuff, you can see that it has raised top for better AIO support, standard I/O shield, rear fan spot with rails, 3-slot vertical GPU support, and that the PSU is installed from the back of the case with included bracket. There is of course a dust filter at the bottom which can be pulled from the back for easy cleaning. Alrighty then, let's check out the right side or the back side of the motherboard, as there is so much new stuff here. First thing, flimsy rear panel. Luckily it does not do anything when closed, doesn't wobble, but again it's flimsy and is in this open state. Of course, as the front panel, this one is also held by hinges and you can remove it easily. Sadly, it does not come with any sound insulation. Okay, these panels are new, we did not have these on the P500A, these are here so you can hide your cables better. We have 3 SSD caddies present here attached to the rubber grommets in case you wish to install 2.5 hard drives here, so these will reduce vibration. Notice these white pegs on those new panels, each of them can be removed and you can install 6 more SSDs here. Insane, I know. Up in the top left corner you can see the installed RGB controller, the one you can use with those front panel buttons. When we remove these panels, you can see that Velcro straps are present all over the case for the supreme cable management. And oh boy, it does come with a bunch of cables. In the bottom of the PSU chamber you are not limited with PSU length unless you install those hard drive caddies. Up to 4 of them can be installed there, which will reduce PSU length up to 160mm in size. In the bottom of the case you can see the installed PSU dust filter better, 4 large rubber padded feet which keep this case nicely elevated from the ground, and those hard drive caddies holes, but there are also these rails here. These are left here for mounting of the water pumps. Performance wise the case is super good, it's super spacious, enough room around the motherboard for larger radiators and actually water-cooled builds as well, something that gets overlooked in some other cases. The dimensions of this case are 500mm tall, 214mm wide and 515mm deep. I used a 12900K CPU here paired with RTX 4070 Ti using the stock M25 fans in the front and latest Lianli AL120 V2 fans on the Phanteks Glacier 1 AIO and also on the back. While gaming, the complete system stayed silent. GPU was hovering in mid-60s while CPU stayed in lower 50s. Again, the complete PC was super silent. Max stressing the CPU in Cinebench R23 so 90 degrees with some undervolt of 0.1 volts, it managed to drop to 82 degrees. Which is not a bad thing for this particular CPU. The maxed stressing the GPU saw an increase of up to 67 degrees, which again is great considering the front fans are doing heavy lifting of supplying this case with fresh air. Compared to the P500A, it's clearly evident that Phanteks resolved issues people had with that model, so kudos to them for doing so. I have a little complaint about these rivets in the bottom. They are not flush with the PSU chamber and these could have been completely avoided. Yes, I am aware that they are connecting to PSU shroud parts to sandwich that LED strip there, but surely these could have been avoided with LEDs still being visible. The plastic covers, so yes, the Phanteks signature plastics, these are also the ugliest thing in this case. Phanteks, please do a revision of this, leaving them there, but make the back of them with rubber grommets, I don't know, at least, or some sort of covers like you did with back of the case. I have to mention that if you plan on using some sort of fan controllers or something like that, please be aware that you need to think about where to route your wires so you can actually close these later on. The solution to this problem is actually to not use these panels as they can be completely removed. The actual PC building in this case is so easy, everything is accessible and positioned where it should be. For example, I welcome the angled approach for cable holes in the upper motherboard area. It's so much cleaner and it looks better this way. The PC build turned out clean and I enjoyed building in this case pretty much. The PSU shroud actually hides a cool RGB strip that is bent in the front where the Phanteks logo is displayed. It gives the PSU shroud a separation from the rest of the case and breaks the boringness if it was just a piece of metal there. Of course, the RGB side of things can be completely turned off if that is not your thing. All in all, build quality is superb as usual with Phanteks. It's built with high standards and you can actually feel the quality under your fingertips. Even more than with P500A model. The white color is matched across all the parts, which are plastic and metal combined, so there is no discoloration and odd looking parts. The asking price of $159.99 US is actually lower than it was with the P model, so for the DRGB or the DRGB model, available in both black or white with new M25 fans in the front, of course with plethora of RGB options, but Phanteks also offers a fanless version for $129.99 if you want to use your own set of fans. If you ask me, it's a great offer for both options. Thanks for watching guys, like and sub to the channel and let me know what you think about this case. Did Phanteks fulfill your expectations? Do you like that they listen and improve upon their mistakes? And lastly, will you buy it? That's all for this time guys, see you in the next one.